Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days. It's a joke, you idiot. Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day. Ugh. It's actually hot. It's hot as fuck. Gross. I'm sweating. It's actually brutal out. And but we're still going to have a good time. No guest again this week.
No.
But with me, as always, is my indispensable number two. My co-host with the most, the big dog, everybody, Mr. Reza Wadney.
Thank you so much, Silver.
Did you like that, dude?
Absolutely. I loved it.
I'm sweating. I'm falling apart, dude.
It's, you know what? It's a sweaty day here in Astoria, Queens. But the beautiful thing is, we're in Astoria, Queens.
I know, dude.
It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold here. It's one of the best places on earth. We want to first thank you for tuning on in here. It's a Wednesday, so as always, that means an all-new episode of Troublemakers.
Hell yeah.
Today, it's just the two of us making it if we try. But we want to tell our listeners right now, besides thank you, that you could do something to help us out a lot. If you were one of our Spotify or Apple Podcast listeners, you can go on that app and leave us a rating. And on Apple, I think you could leave us a review still. They still let you do that. So leave us a 5-star rating, nothing less. If I go out there and I see after today's date, which we're recording this on September 6th, who gives a shit? If I see
the 5th, tomorrow
if I see
is
anything
the 6th.
in fucking September of 2023 with less than a 5-star rating, I'm gonna find out who you are. I'm gonna call my friends at the FBI and track down your IP address. I'm gonna come to your house with a couple of bros of mine, a couple of pull locks that aren't documented, and we're gonna come into your house and we're gonna waterboard you for about 2.5 hours, and then we're gonna tie you to a chair and we're gonna throw darts at your chest.
Listen, I don't doubt it. Do you have any friends in the FBI?
Classified.
Dude, I got some friends in the FBI.
Do you really?
Yeah. I got a couple friends in the FBI.
I barely have friends with jobs.
Dude, that was the coolest thing when I worked for the DA's office, when we would get to work with Secret Service agents. That was pretty badass. Turns out, you think it's really cool, but all they do is they protect presidents and they make sure you're not counterfeiting money.
I knew a dude that did that.
So that's also can you imagine getting that job as the Secret Service where you're like, yo, you're going to we going to protect the president? Nah, dude, you get to glide a marker over a $20 bill.
Dude, well, I always felt bad for cops in New York City because I only lived here in my 30s. So my idea of a New York City police officer is Detective John McClane from Die Hard or all of these badass TV shows. And then you see a New York cop and all they're really doing is checking the permits of halal trucks and keeping drunk people from fighting their girlfriends on the train platform.
Yeah, dude, you thought all New York City cops were just wearing wife beaters and carrying signs with the N-word up in Harlem.
Oh,
that's it.
Die Hard 3.
Yeah, the best one. I would think.
Yeah, that was a
the best one.
Phenomenal movie.
You know why? Sam Jackson.
Oh, Sam
the
Jackson's
only reason.
great in that. You think so?
I mean, what's it's the best one, and none of the other movies have him in it.
That's true.
It's the only one he's in.
It's my favorite's the first one.
The first one's good. I never saw the second one.
Second one.
Third one I've seen a bunch.
Second one's
Yeah.
Fourth one's outrageous.
Wait, is the second one when they're on the boat? No, that's the third one. That's how the third one ends, right?
The third one ends at that hotel where they shoot down the plane.
Oh, yeah.
He knew where he was by the
but they were on the boat before that with the bomb.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was going to say, after we finish our Die Hard trilogy rankings, I saw an NYPD officer that NYPD. I get that mixed up with FDNY. I sometimes use them interchangeably, but they're different.
I've heard.
Yeah. So I was on a train platform, and this dude is like screaming at his girlfriend. This dude's hammered, like yelling at her, like the type of yelling where like 2 more minutes of this, they're gonna be throwing hands, and like he's like grabbing her by her arm and like yelling at her, and the cop moseys over there, and you could tell he's just like he probably signed up for the police force because he wanted to be John McClane.
Yeah.
But he's dealing with this shit. He doesn't even have a car.
No, he's Steve Wilco from Maury.
He doesn't even have a... Dude, that is so good.
What a cut, dude.
Yeah, what a fucking pull. But then he just goes over, and literally I heard him say it like this. He's like, yeah, you can't do that. Stop.
Dude, the amount of disheartened cops that there are in the city. Yeah,
that's what I'm just saying. Because this was in like the height of like the defund the police. Like, and I'm like, this cop has to ride the subway. He doesn't have a squat car.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a fucking horse even. He's not even a bike cop. He's a foot patrolman walking through, the 49th Street station and just, they were doing it and they could see him there.
Yeah,
that's why he was kind of like, come on.
Well, I wonder what she did to make him so angry.
I back talked him.
No, there's no excuse.
She was getting chippy.
No excuse. Before we get into the episode, you wanna do a little plug for our sponsor?
Absolutely.
Oh, baby. Our sponsor again this week is True Classics. Guys, if you are a bigger guy like me or like Ray and your t-shirts don't fit, you're tired of going to department stores like certain ones that I'm not going to name, and you buy a t-shirt and then you wash it
Old
and it
Navy.
fits great. Yeah, okay, Old Navy, The Gap, where you buy a t-shirt, it fits great, and then it shrinks. You can only wear it once and you throw it away. Do you know how many t-shirts I've gotten like that? It's crazy, dude. TrueClassics.com. Just Google True Classics. They got great shirts, excellent quality. A bigger guy like myself, it accentuates the things that you want it to accentuate, like
They
your
fit me
muscles,
nice.
right?
Tight on the bicep. A little tighter on the chest and loose on the belly.
Loose on the
Breathable
belly.
on the belly. That's what you need. You go to one of those other places, which we can bleep this out when I say Old Navy, which I am a huge fan of Old Navy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to their t-shirts, they got nothing on True
No-
Classic.
no
you,
chance.
You wash them once and they fit one titty differently than the other titty.
The neck is loose. It just,
a loose
I'm tired of
collar.
these department store t-shirts. Okay?
I was one of those kids that used to suck on his collar.
Oof, dude.
I know, dude. High school was rough.
You have autism?
Huh?
You have autism?
Probably.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
fucking number 10 of the list of
Dude,
shit
you
wrong
should
with me.
start saying that you have autism. You'll get booked a lot.
Yeah,
A lot more.
I think people are already doing that.
I know.
I think I'd be waiting in line. But anywho, True Classics. Use our promo code Troublemakers.
Troublemakers
at checkout.
At checkout.
What do they get,
25%
10% off?
dude.
25% off.
25% off.
Practically fucking free. Use our promo code or
I'm wearing one right now. And I
Looks
know the
great on
angle doesn't look great because I'm sitting with, you see all my man breasts and
your
stuff.
back's fucked up.
And my back's fucked
You're
up.
sitting weird. You hurt your back.
I did hurt my back. And but when I'm standing, dude, just imagine how worse it would be if I had a department store t-shirt
Oh,
on.
you look disgusting.
Real gross. I'll
Buy
tell
a
you that
True
much.
Classics t-shirt, and while you're wearing that shirt, so comfortable. It's like you're in the clouds. That's how comfy it is. And you leave us a 5-star review while you're doing that.
Yeah, baby. All right, dude. Let's get into the episode, huh? We kind of already did.
No, we've been in. I've been in episode mode. I don't know about you.
I've been in episode mode.
I'm in game mode.
I've been sitting on this goddamn ice pack, man. You know what? Can I tell you this? You go to chiropractors?
No, I don't believe in that witchcraft.
Listen, I am a big chiropractor guy, but it's got to be the right chiropractor. I used to go to a guy in Boston who was a magician. My back, I've had problems with my back for the last few years, and the reason is because I don't have a strong core. And I went to this guy, and he explained, you don't got a strong core. That's why your back seizes up all the time. And he's like, so we got to do this. And he massages out my legs. Painful as all hell. So painful, but he fixes it. I have never been able to find a guy like that guy anywhere else. It's
happened to
crazy. He arrested for fraud. No.
Really?
No, he's one of the best guys. It's in Boston, so I don't live there anymore.
Oh, Boston. You said
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah. So he's in Boston.
Arrested for fraud.
Turns out practicing without a license. No, but he's incredible. If you live in Boston, shoot me a DM and I'll tell you who he is. It's who I recommend to everyone. But all that to be said, I think that there is a lot of scam chiropractors out there. They just like to bill your insurance. Can I tell you? Dude, I've been having trouble walking around. I went to a chiropractor in the city last week, and I show up and I explained. I'm like, hey, I know what helps me. I'm not a doctor, but every time I go to a chiropractor, this procedure massaging out like my like hamstrings helps my back. Like, can you just do that? Like, fucking get your thumb in there and just like wreck shit. You know?
I'll do it, dude.
Yeah.
You give me $40,
dude. We'll do it after the pod.
Yeah, I'll rub your fucking thighs, dude. I'm a good friend,
dude. I got some olive oil and some butter in there too.
I'm a good friend. I would do that though.
Yeah,
I'd rub your legs.
Thanks, dude.
A good
Appreciate
friend.
it.
I'm not gonna touch your penis.
But anyway, can I tell
want
you, dude? I went in frustrated because I'm in pain, constant pain, and I go in. And these guys are just scamming me because they want like someone to come back every week.
Sure.
I'm like, no, just do it to me, fine. There was a guy who came in. The first guy I saw, I'm not sure if he was even a doctor, and he was, he loves June. You know what I mean? Loves the month of June. And he was like,
elaborate.
Hello. And I was like, all right. And he's like, are we having problems with our back? And I was like, how about you shut the fuck up, dude? I've been in pain for 2 weeks.
Oh, you got mad because
he just did not. He didn't care, and everything was frustrating me. Okay,
you don't think he should have the same rights as you because he loves a man?
No, it was his cavalier attitude towards my inconvenience.
Sounds like he was trying to be positive.
Well, you know what? I didn't want positivity. I wanted a little, and this is where it really got me upset. And he goes, we can't adjust you too much before we know what's going on. So we got to send you for x-rays. And I was like, I'm never fucking coming back here. Never coming back.
Did you say that?
No, I just sat there like steaming and then walked out, paid $60, wasted my money. Yeah.
I've only seen a chiropractor one time in my life, and it was at a county fair. There was a guy, he had a little booth set up in Westmoreland County outside.
Oh, dude, that's where the best chiropractors work, at booths at carnivals.
I know. He made sure to find out which of me and my cousin were my dad's son. My dad took me and my cousin there. He was like, hey, which one's your son? And then my dad points to me, obviously. Doesn't say my name, he just points. And we both sit down, and the guy like first rubs my cousin's neck and like is feeling around in there, and he's like, yep, he's good. He's all set. His vertebrae's perfect. And touches me for like 2 seconds and is like, he's all out of alignment. And it's like, clearly this fucking dude is like, found out that it's my dad. So like my dad would be the one that
to pay
goes and sees him, and like sets him an appointment. And this dude starts like, he's like, I'll show you how I would rub it out a little bit. He starts doing it. I was fucking like 10 years old. My neck hurt after that for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think he fucking hurt me so that I would be like, you know what? He was right about my neck. We got to go see him.
You never been back?
No.
Never went?
No. My neck just healed. But I do think he hurt me on purpose so that he could fix it. It's like when a firefighter burns a house down because he wants to be a hero.
God, dude, those are heroes. They create jobs.
For themselves.
And everybody else in the community.
No.
People who have to rebuild the house, the homeless shelter who takes the family in.
I told you somebody did that in my
morgue
neighborhood.
who has to identify bodies.
I told you that story.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did. That's crazy that you know someone. If anybody didn't hear this already, Ray told the story about a guy in his neighborhood, 2 kids, right? Who burned down a house and killed a woman.
Yeah.
Who was in the
by
house.
accident, yeah.
They say by accident.
They got caught. No, because they had been setting fires before and they wanted to. Both of these guys, I think, are now like reformed and, they fucked up. They made a mistake.
It's bad. That's bad stuff. But yeah, I went to a chiropractor today. So if you're listening when this comes out, it was yesterday. And then if you're listening today, I'm going again this morning. So tomorrow being right now. If you're listening right now at noon, I'm at the chiropractor.
Rubbing your legs.
I'm not going back there. I'm going to a different one.
Did you?
Because then the boss came in and he was like, "Oh yeah, we can." And he was like, he like actually dug around a little bit, but he was like, "I don't want to mess you up too bad. You're gonna be sore." I'm like, buddy, I've been sore for 3 weeks. Just fucking take care of it. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's just because you have a weak core?
Yeah.
Why don't you strengthen your core?
Well, you know what?
Let's start exercising.
You my mom?
No,
I would love to do
I'm
some.
a friend who cares about you.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I got to do some sit-ups at the house. You know what I mean?
I wanted to start getting in shape in September, and I just bought Madden. So,
dude, that's crazy. Where are you just buying? You bought PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could get those. I thought they were sold out everywhere.
I bought it at a Walmart. I got the last one. I bought it on a whim.
You know what? Is it one of those weeks for you?
Yeah.
Is it one of those weeks?
It's
in the year?
Yes.
Ray has a famous saying where he goes, about twice a year, I'm rich. And if you catch me on one of those weeks,
it's right now.
I'm buying drinks for the bar. I'm buying a PS5.
It's right now. Yeah, I just I had a lot of I've had a lot of work recently.
That's good, dude.
It's good. I've been very busy. I've been very tired, but I have been, kind of making a little bit of money. So, if you want to fucking, I'm gonna. Beers are on me tomorrow.
Perfect, dude.
White Claws are on me tomorrow.
I'm excited.
Yeah, man. I bought it in Buckhorn, Pennsylvania, a PlayStation 5. $600.
$600
Because I got Madden too.
What's the over under of? I would like to take a bet. I'd like to set a line and then have people take bets on in the first week that you have this per day over under that you play on PlayStation. I'm gonna put the line at 6 hours
a day.
Yeah.
No, I don't even have that much time.
What, 2?
Maybe,
a day?
Maybe 2 hours.
But what about like a Saturday?
I'm not even going to be here this Saturday.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I'm going out of town Friday morning, and I'm gonna have to fucking work, which sucks. I just want to play video games with my friends. I want to play video games.
Yeah, maybe if you fuckers would start, listening to the podcast more, we could just sit around and play video games
we
all
could
day.
all buy a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I would love
Not
a
just
PS5
me.
right here, dude.
Yeah, well, we need to get some more listeners.
I know.
We need to tell. We need. To
hey,
tell,
you know what though?
we need to
appreciate
tell better stories than just me talking about buying a PlayStation.
It's true. We appreciate y'all listening, and thank you for being here from the start. We are going to have a guest next week.
A guest next week, finally. You know what? We will pull back the curtain a little bit. We are currently working on a studio, and physically, we just don't have fucking room for a guest right now. So it's just the two of us.
That's why.
And the two of us, we've been trying to, if it's just us, we try to give you a little bit of a theme. Last week, we gave you some football action. This week, with it being school coming back in session,
yeah, dude.
we wanted to tell some troublemaker school
stories.
tales,
dude.
And did you ever fight in school?
I never really fought in school. You know what it was? I went to Catholic school my whole life.
All of it.
Yeah.
No
it's
shit.
actually embarrassing. It's when I do the math on it. I went to Catholic school first through 8th grade, then a Catholic Franciscan high school, and then I went to a Franciscan, technically, I went to Siena College, which is Franciscan. So I went to like a religious school all the way until I went to law school.
Ugh, so disgusting.
I mean, that didn't stop my brother from fighting at the same schools.
True.
But, my brother famously was a fighter. He used to, like, freshman year, sophomore year, be the guy who would be like, hey, we're going to meet at the park after school, and he would fight. And that's how he made his friends. Like, his best friends were dudes who would fight with him.
Yeah.
And have his back at these park throwdowns.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
I went to public school my entire life.
I know.
Public and look at us.
Were you fighting in school?
Hey, look at us on the
Best of
same
friends, dude.
cocksucking couch.
Okay, well,
Same couch where Caesar est. No, I did not fight. I was not a fighter. I never liked fighting. I would get into again, I had one thing where I was telling you about the planned fights. Remember, you know what I mean?
No.
Like,
did you tell me about this?
I think I did. I tell so many goddamn fucking stories. It was when I was planning on fighting the kid after school.
Okay.
And he thought that it was too cold.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about
and
this.
And then I was also like, thank God. Like, I think I would have won the fight. I was much bigger than the kid, and he wasn't like a hard ass or anything. But it was also just like, yeah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah,
but there were crazy fights in my school though, because I went to like a pretty bad, like, we walked through metal detectors in the morning to get into the school. We had a police officer usually on duty in our school, and I'll never forget that there was this girl that was pregnant that got her ass kicked in the hallway and was like apparently like getting stomped up against the lockers.
God damn.
And then
2-on-1. The baby.
No, I know, but 2 girls I think were beating up the one.
Oh, 2-on-2
so
then. That's fair.
Match.
That's fair, dude.
Tag team.
Tag me in. Tag me in.
Help! Help! Are you in there?
Oh no.
If you're in there, come on out and help me.
Dude, that's so fucked. It's so messed up.
And just, you went out into I remember seeing like the aftermath, and there were just like pieces of clothing, and a little bit of like blood and weave just in the hallway.
White girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the weaves?
Yeah.
Dude, there is nothing more vicious than a girl fight in high school. I have seen a couple of those, and they are vicious, dude. Because dudes will just punch and like grapple a little bit.
Yeah.
Girls will scratch. They'll like bite. They'll hair pull. They lock onto your hair and just like, not my hair, but like each other's hair.
Yeah.
And then they fight like hockey players grabbing jerseys. That's how they grab the hair. And they just throw hands and those fingernails, dude.
Well, we were just
That's
talking.
brutal.
We were just talking about this at we all went for dinner after my grandfather's funeral last week, and my sister-in-law was a senior when I was a freshman, and her sister was a sophomore. And Tara, my sister-in-law, is fucking like was like notorious for like not taking shit. And I remember finding out that because she started dating my brother then.
Yeah.
Finding out that she got suspended because some girl wanted to beat up her younger sister. So when she saw her in the hallway, she spit gum in her hair. And like the girl was crying and shit.
Dude, you got to cut your hair off at that point.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I was like a troublemaker in school, but in a fun way. Like I was always silly. I was never like.
Did you guys have a like senior week where there were pranks and like things that like things people did? No,
we didn't do that shit.
No. Oh, I mean, like there was traditions at our school. Like no real senior pranks ever happened. But there was this tradition where the last day of school, all the seniors in the parking lot, you'd bring water balloons, and everyone would bring water balloons, and then you would just throw them, and we'd have a huge, in the parking lot.
Okay. After
school, you'd have this huge water balloon fight. Very innocent, but it was like a tradition, and it was super fun. So people would show up with like big, like what are those? The super soakers. People would show up with coolers full of balloons and everything. It's a great time. I remember we're doing this, we're having a good time, and I take a balloon and I launch it. I just throw it blind, like 40 yards.
Yeah.
Like it was a bomb, and it was small, so it wouldn't break. Dude, I'm watching it go. I do not have this aim, and it just blindside hits this girl right in the cheek, and it didn't explode, and she was like, oh, dude. It was one where like there's 200 people having a water balloon fight. Yeah. Everybody stopped, and I was like, let's keep going. Yeah, and people started throwing them again. But yeah, that was a...
Yeah, we never had that. We did sometimes have, just to put things in perspective, Catholic and public school, we did sometimes leave early or leave late because our school was on lockdown because we thought that there was going to be a shooting from a rival high school.
Oh, okay.
People were kind of like circling the building in a car. So there was that.
Yikes, dude.
I know.
That's aggressive.
I know. It was really weird, though, because it was an eclectic mix at the school.
Okay.
Like we had a great football team. We, had kids that were phenomenal athletes that could have went definitely D1, potentially professional level, but they got into like trouble for
Did you guys have
big crimes?
School
went to jail?
resource cops at your school?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then we also had like a great musical program, and like that I was in, and we also we also had like really good like arts, and it was like and there were really like rich neighborhoods that kids lived in that went to the school, and then like the worst neighborhoods in the area. So it was like just this eclectic bunch of people in this same school, and we didn't have like tell me if this was like this at your school.
Okay.
You know how you see like a movie like The Breakfast Club or like a high school movie where there's the cliques at the tables?
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
We didn't either.
Everybody was pretty like just together, like a mismatch. Like if you saw like my lunch table my senior year, It was just the randomest group of people just that were friends.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
We didn't really have cliques. I mean, you had a bunch of people who were like more into music. People were more into somewhat cliquey, but not, there was a ton of overlap.
Yeah.
You know, there was a ton of, everyone was kind of friends.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our new segment presented by our sponsor, Odds Are, the app that gives you an edge over your bookie, over your betting app, over Las Vegas, Nevada sports books. It is the Odds Are app. Yes, it's not an app that you can gamble on, but it is an app that gives you an advantage when you're gambling. It gives you an edge. It gives you value picks and helps you pick winners based on their algorithm created to help you win money. And last week was our first segment, and
we're going to recap it for you.
We're definitely going to recap.
We're going to recap.
I was not very successful with my picks from the heart, my gut. I went 1 for 2.
You know, and I went with Odds Are, and I also went 1 for 2. But for the 3 picks we picked, playing around on the app, I threw some other bets in, and they made me quite a bit of money. I parlayed 2 separate baseball bets, 3 bets, 3 legs on each bet, and I made $156 thanks to Odds Are on a $25 bet, and I made $112 thanks to Odds Are.
Nice.
With 2 baseball bets.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Not bad.
I'm jealous
Yeah.
you didn't give me those bets.
Well, you know, I sent them to you on Saturday, and they didn't pan out. But I went 1 for 2 using the app. And as, again, Odds Are, go to the link in the YouTube video or below if you're listening. We'll put a link. You get 2 weeks free to try the app out if you like it. And, I love it so far.
2 weeks free. I think it's great. I have been using some of those picks as well. And Dylan has had a much more lucrative experience of it than I have because I meddle too much with their formula by adding my own bullshit in there. I went 1 for 2. Alabama was the only saving grace that I had, so I will.
Just remind everybody, what were your picks and how did they pan out?
West Virginia, my alma mater. They were covering that entire game, and then at the end, Penn State put the dagger in them.
Dude, talk about in the first game of the year, first weekend of the year, maybe the worst beat of the year.
It was a tough beat.
That quarterback definitely knew the spread, and he knew what he was doing.
And then Alabama, or the other loser I had was South Carolina. They were hanging with North Carolina probably about the half of the game, and then North Carolina just pulled away. They were the better team. And West Virginia lost. And then Alabama, they're just a powerhouse playing a team who, Middle Tennessee State.
And that's you won with Alabama.
I won Alabama.
And that's what you said, dude. You take Alabama until they tell you not to.
So I'll be taking them this week.
Yeah, why not?
Not part of our picks, though. Before we get to our NFL picks, me and Dylan are both just going from the heart here with these picks, but we do.
Oh, dude, I got to recap mine.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Dude, you're fucking rushing through this, dude.
I know.
I mean, give it a little. This is where this is where I make the money. I also went 1 for 2. USC and Nevada, I took the under, which was an Odds Are value bet. That was a little tough because USC scored 66 points, and that was the under.
Yeah.
And then Nevada, I think, scored like 14. So that was tough. And then UVA, Tennessee, I took UVA getting 28, and they got stomped out by Tennessee. And then the money line, Rice at Texas. Rice got 35, and they covered that. So I won on that one, which was nice.
There you go.
So yeah, now going into we're gonna do a little NFL lines for this, both going from our gut, and then we're gonna give you at the end an Odds Are value bet that you can bet yourselves because this will be out Wednesday. The game is on Saturday,
and it's a bet we both liked before we saw that Odds Are into it. So it's I think that I'm gonna go out there and say it.
Yeah, do it.
It's a lock.
It's a lock, dude.
So stay tuned for that. It's a college football bet,
dude. A Ray lock means
it's definitely
gonna lose. Oh,
all right. Let's get to it because I was rushing and taking the words out of your mouth and just trying to push through this thing. I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, dude. I'm excited, man. My picks this week are NFL. I'm so excited for the NFL season to start. I'm going with Chiefs versus Lions. The Chiefs giving 6.5 points at home.
You like the Chiefs?
I'm taking the Chiefs, dude. I'm taking the Chiefs.
I like that.
Right? Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I know the Lions are good. The Lions could win that game, but I just think first game of the season, Thursday night, I could see. I just see the Chiefs winning by a touchdown at least.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I think the Lions are going to be good though. Next game, I'm picking Jags, Colts. Colts giving 3.5. 3.5. I'm taking the Jags.
Okay.
Jags on that. Not bad. I think that they're a strong team. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I'll always remember till the day I die that the Jets were fucking one game away from getting Trevor Lawrence on that team. And now that we have Aaron Rodgers, I don't really care. But, you know, if he wins us a Super Bowl, I will be happy till I die. But still, Trevor Lawrence on the Jets would have been nice. Would have been nice. And then the last game I'm taking is Green Bay and the Bears. The Bears. Bears getting 3.5. I'm taking the Bears.
I like the Bears.
I think the Bears straight up win that game.
I think they're going to destroy them.
I think they straight up win that game. So getting points and the win, I'm taking the Bears.
They're getting 3 points?
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields is going to light them up.
I think Jordan Love, it's going to be, he might be good. He might be good, but it's first game of his professional career. That's tough.
It's hard to bet on such an unknown.
And they also got, like, their team kind of got decimated. So we'll see.
All right.
What are yours, dude?
All right, let's get through it. Washington Commanders.
Oh, baby.
The artist formerly known as
The
Blanks.
Skins.
I like them at home -7
Yikes.
against the dumpster fire that is the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh, okay.
I think that team is just an absolute mess. They're coming across the country for a 1:00 game for their first game of the season, and I think Sam Howell, the starting quarterback for the artist formerly known as, is going to surprise a lot of people.
I think they should have kept the name the football team.
I don't.
I thought it was great. Washington football team?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great name.
I think they're trying to petition to bring back the old name.
The Redskins?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I know. I like.
We'll say Commanders are better than the Guardians. That name sucks.
You think? So? Yeah.
Guardians suck, dude. What a bad name.
I didn't think Indians was that bad of a name
No.
compared to Redskins. Redskins seems like a legitimate insult for for a group of people. Okay, and then we got I like the Tennessee Titans getting 3 points at New Orleans. I think Tennessee is a very underrated team. Seems to be always. They have great coaching there, and when Mike Vrabel was the underdog, he always comes ready to rock.
That's not bad. I like the Saints in that game.
He's going to upset the Saints.
Dude, I'll tell you.
Derek Carr in a new place.
I like the Saints there.
All right.
But hey.
And then my other lock of the week, besides the odds are bet that we're going to give you, is at 1 p.m. at Acrisure Stadium.
Okay.
The stadium formerly known as Heinz Field. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be getting 2.5 points at the Haas going against the San Francisco 49ers. Okay. This is going to be what a lot of people think might be a game of the week or a really good game. It's going to be an absolute fucking bloodbath. If you have money in your 401k, I suggest that you fast track your employer on liquidating that, putting that in whatever gambling app you use, finding your bookie, driving, flying to Vegas, and putting every single dime that you have on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I mean, talk about a bad bet, dude. That's a bet from the heart, and that's a homer bet, dude.
We're going to kick the shit out of them.
I really don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I would love to hear. I can't wait to see how these games pan out and talk about it next week because out of your bets, I think 2 of them I don't agree with.
Okay.
In all of my infinite knowledge.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's why they call it gambling, baby.
That's why they call it gambling. All right, dude. Let's give them the odds are pick of the week. Bet this because me and Ray, this is a value bet from odds are, and we both agree with this. It's Texas at Alabama. The over.
We like that over.
54.5 points.
54.5 points.
Dude, Texas might score 50.
And Alabama might score 100.
It's true.
Yeah, no, I do like. I think that's a fun bet. It's always fun to take an over with your friends.
Oh yeah, dude. That's me and you. We'll bet that. Bet it with us, and hopefully we'll all make some money.
Thanks, odds are.
Check the link below in the description. Sign up. 2 weeks free. Check out the app. It's maybe $250 last week.
Maybe we'll try to make this segment even longer.
I like it. Dude.
I do. I have too much fun doing it.
I also really like talking gambling now. I'm getting into it.
I love. It's one of my favorite things to talk about.
My mom was like, "Hey, Dylan, don't get obsessed with gambling like you do with everything you get involved in."
You're like, okay. Meanwhile, you're texting me. You're like, dude, they gave me a free $25 bet. I'm gonna add that and put that in the parlay as well. Hey, I can't gamble in Vermont. Can I Venmo you to bet for me?
I did do that. I did do that, and it lost. But I love Ray goes, I'm gonna put $5 on that parlay too, and you take 22 if it wins, and I'll take $800. And I was like, yeah, perfect.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I would have been pissed off. Nothing like a bet on your account winning and you have nothing to fucking do.
You got to Venmo the money out. Oh, brutal.
But all right, yeah, thank you. Make sure to check out Odds Are. Get that 2-week free trial, and get that edge over your bookie. And tune in to Troublemakers, and tune in for more Ray and Dylan picks.
Back to the show, baby.
I won't go. I don't know if I'll go to my 20-year high school reunion.
Oh, I absolutely will, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm friends with a lot of people from high school.
I am not.
Really?
No. Hopefully, I've made it big by the time I go back for 20.
Yeah.
And then, I could be like, what's up, you bitches?
If
Drive up, pull up in my Ferrari.
That's 4 years away. 3 years away.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm not going back.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go.
So what have you been up to? I'm doing a host weekend.
Have you ever heard of a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Well, if we keep that in the episode, I'm definitely not going to the 20-year reunion.
Yeah, because then he'll come with a gun.
Yeah, kick my ass.
He'll be like, what's up, Raymond?
He'll at least kick my ass. I don't know. Yeah, no, but high school, I actually really enjoyed school. Like high school. Not the actual, in 11th grade, me and my mom had to go to court because of how many times I missed class.
Really?
Yeah, I missed, they said something, I missed first period 62 times, second period was like 40-something, and then third period was in the 30s. I just didn't wake up.
So, you know what? That's the thing about public school. They always involve the police.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
They always pull the police in.
Yours always involved God.
They sweep it under the rug. I'll tell you that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I've told this story
Catholic
early on the podcast. Early on the podcast.
Swept something under the fucking rug.
Well, there was a lot going on. It was the Vatican was involved, and lots of priests.
Oh, I heard. I
Dude,
saw Spotlight.
You know what's embarrassing? I was an altar server until I was like 18 years old.
Never got fucked.
I was an altar server for so long. They were like, hey, you don't have to do this anymore.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
What I was like, loser,
dude,
man.
I was like, well, I'm going to college, but the summer I could still do it if you need me. And they were like, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Were you really religious?
No, but I was went to church and stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
And, all that. I like, you know what it is? It's not the religion. It's the structure. I like structure and a purpose.
That's nice.
I don't like to just go to church and sit there. I liked having a job when I was there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you kind of makes it go faster. You stand up, sit down, you walk in and out. You're the first one, last one into church, first one out, which that's the priest and the altar servers, that's kind of ideal.
Yeah. Or you
last in, first out.
Or you could just not go.
It's true. It's a good point. If I had to be there, though.
The lie.
Of the Lord?
Yeah. So
or the church.
What happened? What story are you about to
fuck.
From Catholic school when you were an altar boy?
Oh, this is not when I was an altar boy, but I remember I've told the story before on the pod, but I think it was before you did it though.
Yeah.
We when I was a freshman, there was a kid caught selling cocaine in the high school. He was another freshman, and the way they caught him was the security guard. We would have they weren't cops; they were just volunteer security guards, and he walked in the bathroom, and I think they had suspicions because they walk in and the kid was sitting in the stall, but he had his pants were on. You could see you could see if someone's taking a shit, or if they're just sitting there with their pants on. So the door I guess wasn't locked, and he just pushed it, knocked, and the kid was like, oh, freaked out. And he pushed it open, and the kid was sitting there with a notebook and just a pile of coke on the notebook. And dude, you know what they did?
What?
They brought him to the principal's office, called his mom, and they were like, hey, if you agree to like, take your son out of school right now. Do not fight this. We're going to expel him, like, voluntarily take him out. He never comes back. We will not call the police.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And they just sent him on his way. Never came back.
Damn it.
Because you know what they don't want? They don't want Catholic high school
publicity.
It has a drug problem.
Yeah.
So they're like, get out of here, buddy.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Just like the Vatican, the Catholic Church does not have a pedophile problem.
This was you know what we did at our school that I feel bad for, and I actually saw the consequence of it.
Okay.
Is substitute teachers.
Dude,
how
I got one.
Much fucking abuse they took. There was this guy, his name was Mr. Antoinette, and he had a thick mustache, curly hair, was kind of like a frumpy old dude, and he was like nice, but like he was an easy target. And I went to school with the funniest fucking kids. Like it was just like roast nonstop. Like, and like that's what we did. And he always wore like these like Bill Cosby sweaters. So we just called him Sweater Guy. You're gonna find out why I remember his last name. So like to the point where I remember one time specifically, besides him just getting abused every classroom that he was in, is we had swimming one day. He was our swimming teacher. He filled in. So we didn't actually go in the pool or anything. He just like gave us some busy work and came in, but we did it by the pool. So we come into the pool and everybody just starts going nuts and throwing books, chairs, tables, everything in the pool. Fucking somebody got in, splashing him from in the pool.
Oh, no,
and he is
dude.
just losing. He's like, that's it. Get the fuck out of the pool. And like he hits the button for security because we had a security button. And they I think the button calls something.
Yeah.
But he called for security and like they had to come down and he was just like, we just terrorized him. I wasn't really part of it as much as like, you know, I may have thrown a book in, and
Sure.
I may have like just been like laughing and goofing with my
Sure,
friends, but there were some people doing some serious damage. And then fast forward, I'm about 24 years old.
Oh God.
I'm starting stand-up comedy, and I go into this bar in the Lawrenceville section of Pittsburgh, and I see him sitting at the bar, like looking sad, you know, like kind of like just drinking a beer, and he's wearing a Domino's. He's a Domino's delivery driver.
Oh,
which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a guy that was like in education and he had to be like in his like you know, he wasn't able to retire, which is tough. So I go over and I'm talking to him like, hey, I was like, this is gonna sound really weird, but are you? And he was like, don't fucking say Sweater Guy. And I was like, no, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, I went to Woodland Hills and, you know, I know you went there. And then he goes, yeah, it was like the worst years of my life, substitute teaching there. It was hell. I hated it. It like made me miserable. It made me drink more and was so upset about it. So then I start seeing him doing open mics like a couple weeks after. And he's just so bad.
Oh, body.
And he gets into it because of where he was on the list once with like the dude that ran like the two main open mics.
Oh my God.
To the point where they get into a screaming match and he got banned from the open mic.
Oh God.
He wasn't allowed to do open mics anymore.
Yo, I wonder what he's doing now.
He might be dead. I mean, he was an older guy.
Dude,
I don't know. Maybe he's not
tough.
dead. I hope he's not. And it did make me feel like I was, because when you were a kid and you're in school, you think that the teacher is just like,
not a person.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, they're
and
just
not
a
in
teacher.
a bad way.
No, they're just yeah.
It's like they're just there always.
It's like what is it? It's like you ever see a teacher out of school? You're
It's
like,
weird.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
I didn't know you existed out of this building. That's what it is. We had a sub once, and I remember we used to. It was a Spanish teacher, and he like quit / got fired halfway through. I remember right before like Thanksgiving, they like took him out, and then we had a sub for like 4 weeks before Christmas, and then someone came in permanently the next. But it was bad. He was just a horrible teacher. Which again, it was. You know what it was? The teacher like got pregnant over the summer or like in the spring. So she came back, which I remember they did this. I was like, this doesn't make sense. She was there for like 2 weeks and then left. And then we had this teacher come in to like teach us Spanish.
Yeah.
Just a bad teacher, unfortunately. Like, I'm sure he cared, but just really did a bad job. And I remember like kids in the class, and I'm sure me too. I was not the primary antagonist, but like everybody was getting in on it.
Everybody gets a piece.
Antagonized them. I remember my one buddy used to really go at him, and at one point, like we used to see like his beard would get longer during, like, he didn't have a beard when he started, and then he did by the end. Like, it was all scruffy.
Just aging him.
Like, there was some bad stuff probably going on in his life. Now that I realize he was probably depressed, he was probably. But I remember one time he like snapped and he like grabbed like my buddy's desk, like grabbed the desk and like shook the desk that he was sitting in. And I remember all of us like were like, oh fuck. And even he knew, he was like, I think I just crossed the line.
Dude.
And then like the next week, the one of the principals comes in and he is like, yeah, he's no longer going to be teaching here. And, we got another sub coming in, and that guy was super cool. I think the new guy, like, he was like this super hot surfer dude. I'm pretty sure he definitely was like hooking up with students, but we
had some of those.
Yeah. I remember that guy came in and I was like, this guy's the fucking man. But I think about that guy sometimes. I'm like, what is he doing?
But it's fucked up because like
he could have been going through a divorce too. Like, we don't know.
Because now that here's the crazy thing. My girlfriend was just saying this the other day. Is she goes, because my sister's a school teacher.
Yeah.
And you think about it, some of your teachers that you had, they're like our age now.
Oh yeah.
And can you just imagine, like, I mean, I hear my boys complaining about their jobs, but like they're probably, you don't think about them like that. You don't think that they have any life outside of this, and they do. It's they have a full summer full of nothing going on.
Oh my God. Like, can you imagine going to work hungover, but it's with 30 kids there, 30 like ninth graders, or even worse, like seniors who can smell it on you.
And then they're calling you a pussy and making fun of your mustache and stupid Bill Cosby sweater.
Yeah. And then you just got to like, it's hard because you can't be like, fuck you. Yeah. Like, I'm going to be so much better than you. You'll never make it. It's like, well, I'm also a teacher. Nothing against teachers, but.
No, I mean, I have a lot of teachers get fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Like they. Yeah, it's like I said, my sister's a teacher, and she's she's good at her job, loves her job, is one of those teachers that like cares about her job, but they like they're underpaid, underappreciated, and fucking bullied in this day and age.
Oh, big time. By parents too.
Dude, I can't remember if I was in 5th or 6th grade at this time. So one of the bars that my dad used to be a handyman at and drink heavily at was this bar called the Fairways that a friend of the family owned. And some of the teachers started going there for like happy hour. And I would be in there all the time because my dad was there. So I would either be like watching him drink or like just there for a little bit. And my 5th grade teacher, Miss Gratton, was there at the bar once. And I don't know if it was when she was my teacher or the year after, but it was still weird because I was grade school age. Yeah. Seeing her there, and I know she was so uncomfortable, like, oh, this is not the place I want to see, my student. And I was like a good student then. Like I was pretty, I followed the rules, got good grades. I was, I didn't start really cutting up until junior high. And I remember my dad comes home one day, and he must have been hanging out with her a little bit,
dude,
and came walking in and was like, kid, I'm going to get you straight A's. I'm going to get you straight A's. And I don't even think she was my teacher anymore. And he was like, dude, she's into me, bro. She's into me. And he's just so, like, just won't let up.
Yo.
And then there was, like, a substitute teacher, Mr. Jones, that was, like, legit partying with my dad.
Oh, my God.
And he was, like, cool.
That's dope.
I know.
Did he ever hook up with the teacher?
I don't know, and I can't ask him.
That's real unfortunate, dude.
I know. I always wish that's something like. That's why I miss my dad, because I can't ask him if he
You can't like call him
teacher
right after this and be like, "Hey, Dad, remember that? Did you ever hook up with that teacher?
You know what? He probably wouldn't even remember because he was such a fucking monster.
But hopefully he, you know what? Hopefully he would do. He would be like, "Yeah, I did, Raymond. Yeah, I did."
But I think he was definitely. Here's the thing: he was definitely like boozing and gaming her.
Oh yeah.
And I think at one point he thought like, "I'm gonna do this for my son. I'm gonna do this for my son."
What a good guy. What a good dad.
What a great dad.
Great dad. Great dad move.
Yeah.
Take a bullet.
Could have just been home hanging
For
out
their
with
son.
Could have just been home hanging out with me.
But instead
he's trying to get laid.
Like
and
a good man.
And then use an excuse. And she was a mean teacher. Yeah.
Really?
She was really mean. But like liked me. She didn't let us go to recess for like 2 months.
That's brutal.
That's fucking rude.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a teacher.
She deserves every STD my dad gave her.
We had a teacher, I remember, super cool. You know what it was? You know when you'd have a teacher that was like cool, but then they like kind of started to cross the line of being like, oh, you're not even a teacher, really. Yeah. You're just like, you know, she was very cool. A bigger lady, but so nice, so cool. But she used to always tell us how she was like a virgin. And she's like, I've never had sex. And I was like, hey, we're seniors, but this is weird. I remember in the time like being like, this is weird.
Did one of you fuck her?
No. But my brother's friend, also my friend, afterwards, after they graduated, so he was 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
After they graduated, he said that she started like hitting him up on Facebook, being like, hey, hey, now you graduated. I hope I see you out in like at the bars down in the village. I hope I see you out there. Oh, we should get a coffee sometime. And he just like straight up ignored her. Because, you know what, they used to like, my brother and his buddies, like they used to like, you know, flirt with the teachers, and they were troublemakers, but they were always fun. So, I mean, I did the same thing. You would flirt with teachers. You would like be dicks to teachers to like, you know, get them to like you. And
well, that was my thing.
And then after they graduated, she was like, well, now I can finally make my move. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, no, that was a joke. Yeah. That was like, hey, we were just having fun. Like, sorry.
Let me sit on your face, Anthony. Was that his name? Was that
no,
a guess?
No.
Okay. I was the type of kid in school where I was just being funny and having fun.
Yeah.
And the teachers would get mad at me, but they couldn't be too mad because they also thought it was funny.
Dude, I was just going to say one of the best feelings is getting thrown out of a class for making a teacher break.
Yeah. And I used to do it all the time. But I remember there was this one teacher. She was a health teacher.
Yeah.
And she was filling in one day for the other guy, the main health teacher. And I am in the class just holding court and goofing. And she like says something to me like once, twice. Finally, she goes, "That's it. That's it. Give me your name. Give me your name. You are out of here. You're done." And she was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Ray Zawadny." She was like, "Zawadny?" Like she had like a Vietnam flashback. She was like, "Do you have a cousin named Mike?" I said, "I got a brother named Mike." And she said, "Oh my God, there's 2 of them." And then she just crumbled the paper up, send you to the office, and just threw it away, and then just went on.
Oh, what did your brother do to her?
He told me, he was like, she liked me. I was just funny, man. You know, and he must have just been the same way.
Yeah.
And she, me and my brother look nothing alike.
Yeah.
But we apparently have the same sense of humor and the same goofing.
Funny.
And she was but that class was crazy too, because the main teacher was this guy, Mr. Cecil. And I don't even care about using his fucking name. Yeah. Because I remember he was like low-key real creepy on like the girls.
Ooh,
that's
a no-no.
A big no-no. As a health teacher.
Hey. Oh.
As the guy teaching you.
Hey, is he creepy, or does he just have to say vagina and penis to fucking 15-year-olds? Also creepy.
Yeah.
But,
he was saying it when you're not even in his class.
He's like, hey, come on down to the library. I got to teach you about penises and vaginas.
Why, is there a book down there? What do you mean book?
We're going to use a real model.
This is how bad the education that I got in high school was. He gives us our grades for the one semester, and I had like a random 75
Yeah.
And it was like half health, half gym. And it was like, how? Like, I was like, dude, 75? He's like, yeah. That's it. I was like, can you tell me how? And he goes, okay, you got an 84. He starts writing it down. And I was like, no, dude. A fucking B in this class? I was like, dude, everything you ask. He's like, all right, 94, and we'll call it a day. I go, okay, that works. This happened in school.
Dude, we didn't even have health class. We had like a health class that was like in religion class.
Yeah, it was just about celibacy.
They just basically told us like, hey, don't use abstinence and don't have sex, and condoms are bad, but like if you gotta do it, you might as well use one. But that's not the official position of the church.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was like a legit seminar that I went to in high school, and I was like, hey, sick. Thanks. I learned more from TV than I did from school.
I learned more from my dad.
I know. I believe that.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember we had a guy who is a science teacher, and he used to always tell this story. You know when you find out something, like, he used to tell this story where he got shot, like, and he almost died when he was, like, in... I guess med school. I don't know. He had his doctorate, so like graduate school to then become a high school science teacher. So he tells a story about how he used to drive cars, and he was like, it was great because I would study while I was driving like cars and like pick people up, drop people off, and I could study in between while it was like private car service. You know. And apparently he got robbed once, and the guy I forget exactly what, but like the guy like put him on the ground and was like, you're going to die. And he's like, I started praying, and he shot me, and the gun like misfired, and it hit like next to his knee and like blew his like knee out. And he thought he was going to, and then he was like, put it to his head, and like the gun jammed. He was like, I knew then that it was like Okay, we're back after the minor incident with the alarm going off. So yeah, this guy would tell this story as it was like, he would tell it and in such an emotional way. And he was like, I forget, he would be like, that's how I knew like God was with me. And it was this emotional story. And he wouldn't tell it right away. Like, he didn't tell it right away. We had to we heard about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy, like, he got shot, and like, you gotta like ask him, and he would be like, I don't talk about this story. And after like 6 weeks, he finally like told us. And then someone subbed for him, this old, like, grouchy, hilarious guy. Did I tell you a story about he used to run detention? My brother drew a picture of him naked, and he was like, we're not going to fucking ever talk about this again.
Yes.
This guy subbed for us. Like, this guy he came in, and when this teacher told us a story about getting shot, this teacher goes, oh, yeah, you can't joke around anymore. I used to teach the health class and the science class. When I would sub, I would take a kid, freshman year, and I'd tell him, I'd be like, hey, we're out of these tubes. Go on down the hall and ask Miss So-and-so if you can borrow some of her fallopian tubes. And he would send some freshman kid, and he's telling us this in class, and we're like, he's like, isn't that fucking hilarious? And we're like, actually. Yeah, it's so funny. So we have him sub after this guy like tells us this tragic, like crazy, dramatic story, and he comes in, and somehow it got brought up, and he's like, fucking guy still telling that story? Jesus Christ. We're like, oh shit. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, fucking guy, it's like his thing. He gets off on telling everybody his story. He pretends like he doesn't want to tell it, and then you ask, and he's just like begging him to tell it. It's fucking... Well, he didn't even get shot. He got shot with shrapnel. And I was like, Jesus.
The fallopian tubes guy saying that?
Yeah.
I love this
just
guy.
ripping. Oh, he's so fucking funny. And that was the guy.
He's the guy that your brother drew.
Mr. Vilbig. He died. But
God rest his soul.
So funny, dude. That's the guy who my brother drew. He drew him like naked, blowing his other buddy in detention, and went to pass it to him. And the teacher grabbed it, and he was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, we're never talking about this ever again.
I did I did stand-up at my high school.
Oh, my God. Talk about a nightmare.
I went back and did it.
Talk about a nightmare.
I got paid. It was like early in the day. We did it for just the teachers. And it was like one of their like final days. They're in service days, and they had an idea to do it as that. And it was such a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because I closed the show, and it was a bunch of teachers that were kind of like there because they had to be.
Did any of them have you as a student?
Yes.
Oh.
Some of them, because it was like my like 8th grade teacher was there. My the guy that did the musicals when I was there was there. And then the one teacher that was always kind of mean to me.
Yeah.
She was there, and she didn't remember me. For sure didn't remember me, but she goes, it's after the show, and like it went well. It went fine.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I did well. I mean, I was fucking dirty. I didn't care. They told me there was no language restrictions. They said it's all adults, it's all teachers, you know, and I went up and I had a good set, and the she's talking like right in front of me and like to the other comic that was there that also went to high school there, and she's going, wow. She's like, okay. She's like, phew. I mean, that was fine and all. I would have just much rather have like got the day off or done something else or da 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 da. And then
shit.
And then I was like, yeah. I was like, whatever. I was like, hey, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't getting paid. I wouldn't be up this early. And she was like, wait, you got paid for this? I was like, you think I'd come fucking perform for you people for free? and then I like walked away. I was so pissed because I remember, rewind, 11th grade, I made the mistake of taking AP US history.
Yeah.
As somebody who barely wanted to go. That was the year that I missed it 34 times.
Oh.
And I had 2 instances with her where one time I tried to answer a question. I'd never tried to answer a question, get it wrong. And then this girl that was super smart and kind of a bitch to me says something like, actually, it was and like answers the question all right and
Fuck
stuff.
off.
And then I would go, oh, okay. Sorry, I don't jack off to the American Pageant, which was the name of the book. Then the teacher goes, Ray, it's the American Pageant, and you can go to the office.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then the other time, she asked a question and goes, hey, anybody in here going to prom? Because we were juniors for the most part. She's like, anybody going to prom? I know you can go as juniors, but it's not normal. I was like, yeah, I'm going. She's like, oh, you're going. That's kind of what I figured. What are you gonna go? Go there and get drunk after and have unprotected sex? Said that to me.
Whoa.
And then I was like, no, I pull out.
Whoa.
And she couldn't get me in trouble on that one because she started it.
Oh my God.
And years later,
How much did they pay you to be there? Do you remember?
like $200.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Nice fuck you to the school.
It's like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And most people enjoyed it.
Yeah. Except for
I
her.
went out drinking
What was her
with some
name?
of the teachers after.
What was her name?
I'm not going to put her on blast.
Put her on blast, dude.
Nah.
Okay.
It's not important.
All right, dude. You want to rap? And then we can do the ads.
I'll rap.
We can do the ads.
Yo.
After?
We had a rapping substitute teacher.
Did you?
Multiple.
Jeez. Welcome to History Geometry.
Miss A was like an older lady.
Miss A?
I think I told this on another podcast, but it was Miss A. She was an older teacher.
I'm Miss A, and I'm here to say.
That's usually how it started.
Yep.
And like people thought she was so funny. Like not like actually funny, but like they just loved the idea of it. It was like a novelty. Then it wore off pretty quick. And then I think she got fired because she said some racist shit.
She's like, what? It's rap.
Not during the rap.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Hey, hot episode, Ray. Where can
This
they
was
find
fun.
you? This was a good one.
Yeah, you can
We hope you like it.
find me
I don't know.
at Ray Zawadny on all social media. And you can see me live in a couple of weeks. September 16th, I'll be in Jersey. I'll be putting some links out there to go check that out. September 24th, I'll be in Millersville, PA at POV Comedy. September 26th, I will be at New York Comedy Club in Stanford.
Oh,
doing a
shit,
show there.
dude.
So excited about all that.
Hell yeah, dude.
And obviously every single Wednesday you can catch me here, Troublemakers Podcast, full video episodes on YouTube, or you can listen to the audio, or even catch us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts with our clips of the episode. And Dylan, where can they find you personally?
Hell yeah. At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow me there for clips. Also follow Troublemakers on all of those sites. Episodes are out every Wednesday. Thank you to our sponsors this week. True Classics, 25% off with code word Troublemakers at checkout. And Odds Are. Go check out them to get an advantage over Vegas, baby. And we will see you next week.
I like these Just Us episodes. I know they don't do as well as our guests.
They don't.
But they should.
We
have a lot of fun and we learn about each other.
We do. It was a good one.
All right, buddy.
This was a good one. We hope you like it. We'll see you next week, baby.
Bye.
Good night.